Hi everybody, this is Bob from Buckeye Sports Center. Today I'm excited to talk to you guys about the Barletta 2025 Cabrio 22 UC. So this is a model that's been in Barletta's line for several years, ever since they came out with the Cabrio series. It's really one of the best sellers in the line. As we get into it, we're going to see all the cool features with the Ultra Lounger and what we have included. But I'll give you a little bit of education about Barletta and the layout of how their models are set up. They've got 4 or 5 different series of boats. The Cabrio series would be the second level series, above the Aria series. So you'll see. When you compare the Aria versus the Cabrio, at first glance they don't look dramatically different, but when you actually dig into the features and different things, there's actually like 20 different upgrades or different things that the Cabrio has that the Aria does not. But the Aria is considered, with all the standard features on that boat, that's where we really come into play with Barletta, where it's really nice to have a boat that you can, you're trying to do some research, you're trying to build a boat, you're trying to get a boat, and it just comes with everything, and that's a really, really cool thing. Where this boat has a ton of upgrades. I'll go through some of them, but it would take too long in the video to go through all of them. So definitely check out the standard feature list on the Cabrio series. Let's get into what we've got going. First off, this particular boat's got the blackout package, and we've got also the accent rail, so really nice job with the two-tone gray on black on the rail system, and then the blackout package, which does all the rails plus the trim. Again, everything with Barletta is really heavy duty, really well done, just a nice, clean, sleek exterior look to this boat from the Cabrio with Barletta. So a little bit about the construction of this boat. Obviously we can't do too much in the video, but I encourage you to look through some of the videos out there that talk about the Barletta construction, because it is superior to every other boat out there. They use super heavy duty cross members, super heavy duty beams, and all the supports. One of the coolest features that I notice when I'm literally on the water and I can feel it is that VIP technology, which is the vibration isolation pads that they use. On the metal-on-metal contact, obviously aluminum's metal. Obviously aluminum can be, vibration and that type of stuff, but with Barletta, with that VIP technology, it makes the boat really solid, doesn't rattle, doesn't have this big tinny feeling as you're riding on the lake. And in this particular boat with the tri-tune setup, it's just super solid on the water, even in a little bit of chop. We've got, lifting strakes, performance strakes in there, a heavy-duty motor pod, and then as we kind of move up inside the boat here, you can kind of see, again, little things on the Cabrio. We've got the lily pad boarding ladder that it's actually a pet-friendly ladder with the wide steps up front, 5 steps total, really easy to enter and access the boat. The end caps, again, rather than plastic, we've got nice stainless steel grab handles, and obviously a stainless steel ski tow bar. The other thing I point out on this boat, this is a Cabrio 22 foot. Anybody who gets up inside this boat, it's going to feel more like a 24, and that's because of that extended rear deck that extends out past the tubes to give this rear area a ton of space for entering and exiting the boat. This particular one's got the open layout, but you can get it with safety chains and rails to kind of close this area off if you like. Some people prefer kind of the open setup where you can kind of board the boat and enter and exit the boat, jump off really easily, or you can kind of get it more closed off with the rail system as an option. Okay, so as we move up inside the boat of this Cabrio 22 UC, we've got the Ultra Lounger, all right, which is one of Barletta's, kind of best features that they've been known for over the last several years. This seating configuration is just very versatile, very flexible depending on what you want to do, and really people really enjoy it and like it. So I'm not going to go through every position that it can be, but there's like 10 different positions or ways you can seat. Obviously, we have a traditional kind of forward seating bench right here. If we want to kind of lounge and lean back, we can kind of do that, and 3 people can lay out. And the other kind of important thing to note is the Cabrio in the 22 foot and the 24 foot have this full length wide lounger. All right, in the 24 UE, which is the boat that has a little bar stool on the one side, it's a little bit narrower. As also on the 20-foot Cabrio, you're going to see a slightly narrower lounger just because of the space restrictions on those 2 models. So backward facing, we can actually lay this all the way down to create kind of a full bed scenario, or we can maneuver up seats. We can just put one seat up like this, all right, sit forward. We can have this seat sit up and go this way. All right, so all kinds of different positions. You can put one side facing forward, one side facing backwards. We got cup holders everywhere. There's also 2 stereo speakers back here, so a total of 6 in this boat. It's kind of an upgrade that's included as part of the standard package. So overall, just an awesome layout on this Cabrio UC model. Move into the cockpit area. A main thing, obviously, we've got the bimini top, which on all Barletta models is going to be a power bimini. All right, so that gives, you know, those of you who have messed with biminis before, especially if you're trailering or trying to get it in under a boat lift and stuff, you know how annoying it is to move that manually. And having it be a power bimini as standard is a really cool feature. So that's, again, one of those long list of standard features on the boats. You know, things like pop-up cleats, docking lights, you know, all that type of stuff is obviously standard as well. We move over to the port side. This is the configuration that has the dual captain's chair. So in the model configurator, if you just see the word UC, that means that the C is the captain's chair. If you just see U, then there's going to be another bench that kind of extends up here. So that's another configuration that you can get. I really like the table setup on this boat. This obviously just goes up and down real quick, and it stores away. But you know, you always kind of need like that serving area or something for somebody, and you don't have to have it kind of be in the middle of the boat. You know, kind of you have to walk around it. This is a kind of a nice spot to have it where it's not in the way too much. You know, and then you can pop it down or have it out, whatever you want. The co-captain's area has got a couple cup holders, a wireless charger, and the other thing is you see a wireless phone holder, all right, and then you've got a plug-in charger right below it, and then you've got access to different USB ports throughout the boat, you know, as well, which is, you know, again, a modern design where some of these boats have like 1 or 2. This one's got several, you know, scattered throughout the boat. The console, I really like the Cabrio console. I really like the fact that they've made it now a standard raised helm. All right, so that kind of gives it a little bit more of a higher end luxury feel. It also gives you a little bit better visibility. As I move into the seating part of the boat, obviously I got plenty of space, plenty of leg room. Again, by being a little bit higher, I get more visibility. I've got a wireless phone charger right here on the right hand side, a standard GPS setup on the Cabrio. You know, the new JBL audio system for 2025, which is really cool. You know, a nice sleek console. It's not too massive, it's not too big, so it's not taking up a bunch of seating space. I don't have a cheap plexiglass windshield on it, which makes it look a lot better. So overall, I really like the console. I like the spacing and everything we've got going on this UC Barletta. A couple other features. So we move toward the bow. We've got, since this is a tri-tune, we do have the big ski locker in here. You know, big open door compartment, tons of storage down there. You can put your cover in there when you're not using it. You know, it's wide enough to put a wakeboard in there. Obviously, skis fit no problem. You know, even as you roll up tubes and stuff like that, you've got that going on. We talked about some pet-friendly features. There's 2 more features in addition to the ladder that I'll talk about. The doggy dish, which is standard on all Barlettas. Again, nice little thing for the dogs. And then the other cool thing, which is, it is a pet feature, but it's also a human feature, is the doggy dock view. So if you can actually see through the bow gate as well as the port side gate, so the dog can actually see what's going on outside of the boat, but more important than that, the driver can actually look through and see the dock coming ahead of him. So, you know, having that visibility is a nice extra feature that nobody else has in the industry. Seating on the Cabrio series, very nice upholstery, very high-end upholstery, very comfort feeling on all the Barlettas. We've got a little bit, you know, if we compare this seating to the Aria model, we're going to see a little bit wider of a seat as well as a little bit taller of a seat. And we do have cool features like the flip-down armrest to give you a little bit, you know, more comfort. So, you know, a guy like my size, bigger guy, I can sit in here, feel comfortable, have a lot of space. Again, this is going to be a couple inches higher up on my back if I'm going to sit sideways versus the Aria model. And then the other kind of nice little upgrade is the vinyl wrapping on the base. Rather than just a plastic base, we've got a full vinyl wrapping on the upholstery. I like the cutouts for the cup holders as well as the stereo speakers, so you don't have a big cup holder thing sitting in the middle of the furniture. I also like, you know, a lot of these boats, these pontoons, and I can't tell you how often this happens when I see it at boat shows and other things. Somebody like me sitting on the edge of this seat, sometimes on other brands or other models, it'll just flip up behind me and just be very, I don't say unsafe, but this one gives full solid. I can put all my weight on the corner and it's supported underneath me. So, you know, overall, just a great seating setup on this model. Obviously, if you do the 24-foot model, every feature from the console back is the same, and then the seating is elongated in the front. So if you're kind of decide if you want the 22 UC or the 24, you're going to gain the space in the bow area. Also in the upholstery, I always want to talk about this is the fine tune of the stitching and the different materials that they're using. You know, multi-tones. There's actually, I think, 3 different tones of material on this. You know, heavy-duty stitching. When I open up the seat, we've got good storage. We've got, again, premium stitching along the whole exterior, premium hinges in here. You know, kind of a water management system so that you don't get a bunch of wetness in the compartments as well. They're all kind of closed off and sealed from each other, so really, really nice there. You know, so overall, just a great setup on this boat. I didn't talk too much yet about performance. So this is a 22-foot boat from Barletta. Most of this model will probably sell with a 200 horsepower. That kind of gives you the best overall value performance setup. You know, occasionally we'll get somebody upgrading to a 250 horsepower. Occasionally we'll do some of these with 150 horsepower. The 200 is kind of a sweet spot for good overall value, but also excellent performance. You're probably looking, you know, somewhere in that, you know, upper 30s for speed most of the time, you know, depending on your load of people with that 200 horsepower engine. Maybe even touching 40, but, you know, definitely into the upper 30s with some people in the boat. And then, you know, if you did upgrade to a 250, you definitely could get up into the 40s there. But, you know, for most people, tubing, water skiing, that type of stuff, you know, at this level, the 200 seems to be a good mix. A lot of times when we're doing the 24-footers, we'll upgrade people to 250 horsepower. So that's just kind of depending on what you want to do there, but either one's a great option. Again, great performance overall with that VIP technology that we talked about. So thanks again for taking a look at the Barletta 22 UC with us at Buckeye Sports Center. For more information, visit our website, buckeyesportscenter.com. Check out our YouTube page, subscribe for more videos like this one. And thanks, and we'll see you on the water.